Okay, the gentleman who was out here hustling coffee a moment ago, a good friend and a very funny man, Mr. Buddy Hackett. I don't know if you heard what I said a while ago about eating and dating owls. Now, I don't want the Jewish people to write in and say, now you're putting Jewish food down. But you said it yourself. Jewish food is hot.
Jewish food, well,
If it's made...
If it's really kosher.
Right.
It will give you a burn like you've never had. But you don't know, it looks very pleasant when you eat it.
What are those little things your mother used to make?
Kreplach.
Kreplach.
Oh, she used to take the dough
Yeah.
and chop the meat with herbs and spice and onion and garlic. And then she put in the dough with her gnarled old Jewish fingers. She'd squeeze them together. And nothing in the world would get them open again. They must explode in the Jewish body.
That's right, you said Gentiles are not good with kreplach.
No, if a Christian eats them, they come out the same shape they went in. And you can often hear a Christian who eats it say, "Hark, an arrowhead."
You used to mention, I think, if I can remember, years ago you did a thing on that. I remember you talking about they don't have the KTM.
Yes, the Kreppel triggering mechanism. The Christian body.
That's right, they have the
KTM.
Kreppel triggering mechanism.
Just like Jews can't handle peanut butter. Hangs right in the gourd.
White bread and mayonnaise, just one big lump in there, huh?
That's right. Like my kids, they go over to some friend's house and mother gives them peanut butter sandwiches. And if they catch one once without mayonnaise, it just hangs in a gourd box. Right there in the gourd, it lays out.
But that food is so great when you're in the... I love it.
Oh.
I really do.
It's hard to eat it here in warm weather, but if you got a good cold climate, they used to, my mother's address used to make a cholent.
What's that?
Oh, cholent.
Cholent?
Cholent will give you a fire, a heartburn. I used to go the whole winter without an overcoat. You just take a walk out in the yard and the snow melted. You could put your toes on a building and give them heat for 2 months.
That's hot.
It was, you take cheap cuts of meat.
Right.
And brusfat, that's suet.
Brusfat, yeah.
Suet, you know. And beans, lima beans and chickpeas and potatoes.
Sounds
and it
great.
cooks 24 hours.
What gives it the fire? Chickpeas
The
are a little...
fat, the bris fat mixing with the carbohydrate explosion of the... See, the beans pre-explode. Is what happens. They go right there in the pot, and you go 24 hours. And the 24 hours is not for flavor.
Right.
That's so to soften the meat so you could eat it. Once she cooked it 22 hours, and my father made a wallet out of it.
Well, that was to save money, because you didn't have that kind of bread to buy those kind of things.
No.
Yeah, that's great.
You know that I remember one night the three of us in Danny's Hideaway in New York.
Right.
When we could have done that fire trick without nothing.
That's right, yes.
If anyone would have passed with a match, you would have... I just remember...
Those are a few years ago, wasn't it?
Oh, it was almost 10 years ago. I remember
Yeah.
you ordered a shrimp cocktail.
What a memory.
Yeah, and you ate one of the shrimp, and we had food of over $40 worth of food, and that was the only food consumed that night was your one shrimp. And the three of us wind up at a table with some ladies. You two are divorced, and I got a feeling after tonight mine's coming up. Boy, do we have a swell time.
Well, you got to do that once in a while.
fun.
You've got to, my uncle used to say, you got to go out and blow out the soot.
That's what
once
we
in a
did.
while.
We blew out the soot, and my chimney started burning.
Let me do this. We're coming right back. Stay with us. We're going to talk about your book.
Oh, good.
You did some, Buddy has done some poetry. Died in 1734, huh? Okay. You know, we don't have any musicians, you know. We got a musician strike, and we...
Oh, that's a good one. You just opened your hand.
We missed the guys. I was talking about Buddy's book. You wrote a book called The Naked Mind of Buddy Hackett.
Yeah.
You didn't pose for that, did you?
That's me, ain't it?
Come here, get a close-up of this. I know it's your head. I don't know. It looks like your body.
That's me there.
And you got
I'll explain the whole thing to you.
Well, I would like you to explain this.
Okay. When you put the close-up, I'll describe it, and I'll tell you.
Both parts.
Okay. There you see.
Can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
Is that a 7 1/8 or 7 1/4, the hat?
Whatever, there was room for a whole family.
So, and you're in the
even
other
need to
picture
have-
also, and you play the...
Yeah, well, let me tell you what it is now.
Okay.
You see me there lying naked on a psychiatrist's couch and excited that I think that I'm telling my troubles away. But who am I telling it to? I am also the psychiatrist. And if you notice, I'm looking at this guy, I wonder what he's saying. I'm not even listening to who's also me. Now, I have no clothes on, and there's a clothes tree in the background with a dead duck hanging. Which is what I think happens to most people who go to psychiatrists. They're just a dead duck, and that's all.
You really don't believe in it, huh?
No, well, it's not a proven science. You know, they did a survey, and I don't know if this still exists, but 10 years ago, there was a survey. And it was all people who had some mental problems, ones that were put in an institution without any help.
Right.
Some who were just walking around on the street, and some who had given real personal help. The same percentage of each group recovered.
Well, it depends on, you can do a lot with statistics. I happen to know some people who have been greatly helped by psychology or psychiatry. It's so relative. It depends on the man or the woman and the relationship and how much people want it and they're willing to level and everything. Of course, it's not an exact science, but it can help in certain cases.
Oh, certainly.
You're going to read some of these poems? What are they? All kinds of serious, funny?
That's a good one.
You want to read it?
Yes.
Okay.
This one, this is a funny one. But some are serious.
All right.
This is called Perfect Day. Can I put my glasses?
Certainly.
Because I don't know them by heart. And I think I could see them. I look out of my window at the beautiful Pacific. The sky is clear, the water calm. It really looks terrific. My darling wife is calling me. I take my eyes off of the sea, in position to hear some lovely things she's muttered. Darling husband, if you're free. Louder now, she says to me. I said the toilet's broke, the house is flooded. There's lots of stuff floating everywhere. It's on my feet, it's in my hair. I think a little slid into the soup. My mother called, she'll soon be here to stay with us about a year. I think the dog has got a little croup. I smile and slowly move my hand across my right carotid gland and take myself firmly by the throat. Goodbye, clear sky and ocean blue. I'm going to say hello to you. I'm coming down to see you without a boat.
I think Robert Frost would have been touched.
Well, I don't know. I never read his stuff.
Oh.
Well, there's a lot of stuff.
What are these things? You didn't do all of this at once. These are things
No,
that
I
you
did
wrote.
over the last 10 years, and it's just been accumulating. And my wife had it. I don't know if I did this one. Golden Wedding. Did I do this on your show once? It's what I wrote this for my mother and father's 50th wedding anniversary, but
Go ahead.
they wasn't around. I was a little premature when I wrote it.
But they might know about it anyway.
Yeah. 50 years together. The golden numbers shine. The years have passed, life's mellowed to the acme of its time. Love is all around us, and it's been here all the while, though the battles that we've won and lost can hardly bring a smile. For who knows where love doth end and the plague of boredom starts, nor can we find it anywhere except deep inside our hearts. Once I took your arm for comfort and the pleasure of your touch. Later on, I leaned upon it, a tender, loving crutch. Once I smiled and poured wine for you, fuel for passion's fire. Now again, a drop or two so you won't notice when I tire. I know your lovely life-worn face. I see each wrinkle there. I recognize nature's penmanship, how formed, for what, and where. Yes, the number 50 loometh like a big clock overhead, and I've loved you every moment. God willing, I'll love you when I'm dead. We're human, so we realize that all our days are numbered, but we will love and laugh and drink again when the angels write 100.
Hey, that's very nice.
Here's some weird ones.
Is that a short one? The producer,
yeah.
Is that any?
Oh, yeah, no, you can't read that out.
Can't read that one, oh.
The last line is a little...
Yes, it is.
Oh, here's one called The Critic.
Okay.
That's a short one.
Okay.
With my assassin's axe I wait to show each king a vassal's fate, my pencil from its scabbard drawn, till every Samson's locks are shorn. My only fear and fervent plea, Lord, do they know they outthink me? The Critic.
We'll be back in a second. We have to take a break. Here's the most original fragrance, Charlie, only from Revlon.